tell you, women like 35 to 50 to even 60, they dress significantly better than younger chicks. Like,
because they have more money.
Hair, bags, makeup, like the chicness. I know they probably have more money, but come on. I don't understand why as we age, we shit on women that are older and make them feel like they're not as beautiful. Because like, let me tell you, they're better looking than half the young girls on the street right now.
Again, with this dishonest comparison that a lot of these women do. They even do it in the comments sometimes. Like, oh, you know, Mr. M, Mr. PUA, I've seen plenty of women out there who are in their 40s, 50s, give 20-year-old women a run for their money. And you can't make the comparison like that. You can't compare apples to oranges. The way to make an honest comparison is to go, hey, that woman who you're proclaiming is still gorgeous in her 40s and 50s, what did she look like in her 20s? Okay? Does she look better or worse now? And 99.9% of the time, she looked better before and looks worse now, right? Even though will never admit that. So that is how you do an honest comparison. You don't take some fit 45-year-old, like former model-looking woman that still looks attractive and go, oh yeah, see, she's 45, but look at that 22-year-old fat slob, obese chick that goes to Taco Bell every day. What about her? Oh, the 45-year-old's way better looking. You don't make those type of comparisons, right? It's like looking at like a professional athlete, and going, this professional athlete can run circles around 18-year-old, this 35-year-old professional athlete can run circles around 18-year-old high school seniors. You don't compare like that. You go, okay, how was this athlete 20 years before when they were in their prime? Or could they kick their own ass? Probably, right? So that's how you make these comparisons. She's talking about how women like poop on each other. That's another point, by the way, is as much as women try to bag on me or bag on people in the manosphere about like, you misogynist. You know who really, really despises women more than any man on this planet? Other women. Okay? Because at least we are telling these women the truth. At least we are not trying to sell you on a dream about how you can, be 49 years old and still meet Prince Charming. We're not trying to sell you on that dream. We're trying to be honest with you, like, hey, you better lock that dude down in your 20s while you're still young and hot. Because if you don't, there's a high chance, a high probability, just based on the data, that you're going to end up being single and alone and living with cats for the rest of your life. Right? You may not want to hear that, but that's the truth. But no, who the women hate on? They hate on us, and they totally praise the other women who just like flat out lie to them and tell them like, no, sister, it's okay. You could be middle-aged and you're hotter than these 18-year-olds. No, you're way hotter. I'm tired of these women pooping on you. Just be honest with each other. Right.
The other day I heard a 22-year-old say the following words. I'm getting so old. I'm so scared.
Because she's not 21 anymore.
And I turned to her and I was like, what are you scared about? And she said, well, all the women in my life and everything I've heard on TV was like telling me that it's all downhill from here. She goes, you're in your 30s, right? I said, yeah, I'm 37.
FYI, ladies, if you're in your 20s, the last person you should ever take advice from is a woman over 30 that is still single. Okay? Different story if she's married. You want to take advice from happily married women over 30? Do that. Okay? But single, unmarried women over 30, if you take advice for them, just like your mommy used to tell you, if you take advice from that person, you're going to end up just like them, right? How your parents used to say, hey, you hang out with that, evil person, you're going to become just like them. It is true. Okay? It's true. So if you listen to this female who is single, over 30, and clearly has spent her 20s doing you-know-what, you will end up just like her.
She goes, well, what's it like? I said,
it's awesome. It's great.
You've never heard anyone tell you it's going to be awesome?
Here come the lies.
She said no. She said every depiction of aging she's ever heard in
Chelsea Handler number 2.0 over here.
her life, especially as a woman, has been full of dread and trepidation.
Because it's true.
I said, listen, age...
See, this younger woman is getting the truth. She's probably hearing it from dudes in her life. And then enter the women. The women are not going... you ladies, I can tell you right now, other women, even your besties, even your own female relatives, are just never going to be honest with you. If you want the truth, go to a dude. Go to a dude that has no interest in sleeping with you, by the way, because if he does, he will feed you this malarkey too, right? You have to go with a dude that just, maybe a relative, right? They have just no interest in you, and they can't be blue pill. They have to be red pill. You have to find these guys out if you want to get the truth. But if you want to just continue to live in fantasy land and live in this delusion just to wake up one day being, 50 years old and a senior citizen and living in a tiny one-bedroom apartment with your cats, so be it. Take her advice.
Thing is only scary if you're not doing life right. If you are doing life right, as you get into your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and beyond, you age like a fine wine, baby.
Oh my gosh, dude. I cannot believe she is bold-faced. And the sad thing is I believe that she believes this. I believe she is speaking from her heart because she herself has been lied to. She is living the lie, right? She is living the lie that the mainstream media sold her, the Matrix, celebrities, Hollywood, J-Lo, late night talk shows, you name it, have sold her entire life, right? And as much as she sits there claiming how happy she is while she films on TikTok, while she drinks her coffee alone, while she has no man, while she has no family to tend to, right? While she's going down this road where she won't have grandkids, she's just going to be alone. She just sits there and continues to dish out this jive, this snake oil that these women will foolishly believe, and take her advice. It's so sad.
Your soul gets deeper. Your relationships get stronger. You heal from trauma. You don't care what people think of you. It's freedom. I can't wait to get into my 40s.
Don't worry, you'll be there soon enough, 37-year-old lady.
I am going to be flipping magnificent. I hope my hair turns white. I hope
It already
kids
is.
in the neighborhood come to me for sage advice.
No, I would not let my kids come to you for sage advice. I would be the old lady down the street that, during Halloween doesn't give you candy. She gives you like walnuts or, something ridiculous like that, fruits.
I hope I'm a leader in my community. This just gets better. There is no downhill. We've got to stop this ageist crap, especially for women, but for all people, and celebrate.
Especially for women. So, hey, you guys, screw all you. As always, right? The guys don't matter. It's just about the women, especially the women.
The wisdom, the maturity, the grace.
The wisdom, the maturity, the grace from riding all these different dudes throughout your 20s, banging a plethora of men, an assortment of different ethnicities of dudes, different ages of dudes, different sizes of dudes that have all yacked up inside of you. Yeah, celebrate that. Celebrate it.
The humor, the freedom, the love, the genuine connection.
I mean, why do all of these DGs over 30 that are pitching other women on, selling them this dream? Why do they all sound like these motivational speakers? They all sound like a wannabe Tony Robbins, right? You notice that? Like, listen to her. She sounds like she's like literally. I don't want to bag on Tony Robbins because I like him, but she sounds like these people who are like network marketing events or, just selling people on things that are just not true. They're just not based on reality, right? I mean, even just observational reality. It's not based on any data too, because the data speaks for itself. I mean, the data is out there. I'm not going to get into it, but I mean, the data clearly says as women get older, they become more miserable. Mostly the ones who are unmarried and still single. They become more and more miserable, angry, bitter, resentful, hateful towards dudes. Why? Because I thought you said you're going to be happy. It's wonderful. It's awesome. Apparently not.
The leadership, the joy that comes with getting older. It is a privilege to age.
It's a privilege to age when you're married and have a family and raising kids. Okay? And pair bonding with the dude that you married. Yeah, then it's a privilege. But when you're just out there on these apps, on Match, eHarmony, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, you name it, when you're out there just advertising yourself for the next dude to come up inside of you, I don't see that as a privilege. I see that as a life unfulfilled. All right, one more.
Why are women told to age gracefully? What is that about? What does it mean to age gracefully? I'll tell you what it means. It often means that you shouldn't try to be too young. You shouldn't try to be too sexual. You should accept your place in the world and slowly fade away. Come to terms with the fact that as a woman, you're getting older, and that means what it means.
She's clearly self-projecting, as many of these females do, right? Especially these older women. Everything they shoot out here is just a self-projection of how they feel about themselves and, their internal struggles with aging. But aging gracefully does not mean anything she said at all. She's just trying to, paint this picture that men are shaming women for, telling them to age gracefully. And no, all that means to age gracefully is just accept the fact that, hey, you're getting older, we all are, and you just try to do the best you can with it without using any plastic surgery, getting any implants, getting any fillers, any collagen. It just means that, you know what? Don't do that stuff. Stop working on your external beauty because you can't control that, right? Work on your internal beauty. Age gracefully, right? Try to be the best person you can. Treat others the same as you would want to be treated. I mean, in my book, that's what aging gracefully is. It means don't turn into this resentful, rotten, evil, toxic old lady that's bitter and hateful towards the opposite sex.
Namely, just take a step back from the dating pool. Dress more conservatively. Act maternally.
Well, yeah, stop shopping at Forever 21 if you're 50 years old.
Keep a nice home. Don't rock the boat with your presence.
What is wrong with those things? I mean, it's just so true how these women, I've talked about this on my Alpha channel, how a lot obviously females didn't like this coaching video where I think it was somewhere, I don't know if I heard it from a philosopher or if it's in the scriptures itself, but it says, God uses men to build, Satan uses women to destroy. That is so observationally true, right? You look around at like who's dragging kids to drag shows, who's trying to sexualize children at a young age, who's trying to transition kids, who's trying to indoctrinate kids, who is trying to, just ruin children, encourage single motherhood, you name it. It's mostly overwhelmingly women who are doing the destruction, while men are trying to do the building. So hearing her talk about values that are actually good and paint them in a negative light, like, oh, keep a good home, oh, dress conservatively, oh, keep your legs closed, oh, don't sleep around with random men. Who made those lies up? She's trying to paint it out like that, but these are actually good values, right? And it just shocks me. We live in a world today where these women, I mean, she's obviously 50 years old. She should know better. Your old ass should know better, right? She should know better. But no, what is she spreading good value? Like, hey, women, be virtuous. You should know how to treat a man. You should know how to cook, and so you want to attract a high value guy. You want him to stick around. You don't want to be dating around like these different bad boys and having them, inseminate you with their sperm. It's really gross. Instead, you want to be a classy woman who dresses nice. Don't act like a man. Be feminine. Instead of spreading good values that would help women, she's spreading essentially degeneracy, right? Degenerate values that will not help you, but that will destroy you, right? That will destroy you. That's why I always say everything that the left does leads to death and destruction. And everything the other side does, which are not always perfect, but generally they promote life and they promote growth and abundance. And she clearly is on the woke side of the aisle promoting this malarkey.
As an old, aging lady.
That's alone and single and unmarried.
There's so much packed into this figure of speech. This idea of telling women to age gracefully, and there's a reason they don't tell men to age gracefully. Because
men don't get told a lot of things, lady. They act like men aren't oppressed. We are the most oppressed, right? We get the most oppression, but you know what? We're just not little bitches about it and get on our social media and complain. We just get it done, son. That's why men are great.
Men aren't expected to change or shift too much about themselves as they get older. But what I think
No, we're just expected to grow our wallets, get the right jobs, live in the right neighborhoods, buy the right cars, get our careers straight, get our lives in order. I mean, we're just expected to do all these things while we're not getting into college at the rates that women are, and we don't get the help that women do. We don't get parachuted into corporate jobs. We don't get all these grants or, Hollywood or mainstream media cheerleading for us. No, we get pissed on left and right. We get pissed on 24/7. All the advertisements out there are constantly showing what buffoons men are, can't do anything without a woman. Instead, they're showing women like essentially building the world and creating everything when they've never done that in real life. Tell me about it, lady.
really means is as you get older, don't you dare try to claim your sexuality as a valid thing anymore. The patriarchy is here to tell you that it's not.
There you go. Tell me this chick's not a feminist. So instead of her taking accountability for the number of dudes that ran through her, the number of bad boys and alphish that she's had in her life, and now she's like bitter and aging and she's relying on government to provide for her, she wants to sell you on this same dream of a life that she's living here.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild. As she's living alone here by herself, where's her husband? I don't even think she has cats that want to be around her. But you gotta pray. You gotta appreciate the hypocrisy here, right? Listen to her if you want to go down her path, ladies. If you want to be just like her, follow her advice. As always, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video, guys. As always, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash that notification bell as well. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys want to support my work, just jump into 7 Months of Mastery. Right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. So take advantage of it. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds, so do that now. And I'll see you in my next coaching video, gentlemen. Have a great day. I'm out.